I'm going to be super straight with this because I'm very good at what I'm going to say. And the only reason that you are in this situation is because of your fault. No someone else, no your family, no your friends, no your girlfriend, no your boyfriend. It's just you. On this video, I want to be super straight and super clear because I, I do really believe that nowadays it's really easy to say, or, just make an excuses or put any other excuses to don't be in the place where you want to be and the place where you deserve. And yesterday I was on a group call with my coaching clients, and we spent like 2 hours, I think so, speaking like from different point of view where we learn and we speak each other basically. And one of the topics that we talk, it was the when nowadays it's easy to compare just because of social media. So the only reason that most people are still in the same place, most of the people are average with their life, with their goals, and they just stick to 9 to 5, and that's it. It's because of their fault, and not too many people understand that. But the truth is, you have to control what is under your control. Okay, so it doesn't make sense says about the politics or the country where you live or whatever. That's an excuse, and I know it's really painful, but it's the reality. And you can be there, you can be in the same place, and the only person that is gonna be in a negative faith is gonna be you. And this is my honest opinion. And once I start understanding this, I start living without what people are going to say or what is going to happen in the future, because I cannot control that, right? So what I can do, what I can control is what I can do today, okay? Not the past, not the future, only the present. So what really matters is what are you doing to change the situation where you are. If you are looking for, I don't know, build muscle, if you always wanted to have a great physique, what are you doing now? What are you doing week by week? Because the small things are gonna be what is gonna help you to reach those goals more easier. And once you start understanding this, it becomes, how can I say, your new reality, where you start taking the responsibility of your life, your actions, based on this concept from the Stoicism, which is control what is under your control, and what is out of your control, like the weather or other people's thoughts. Just accept that and accept to have negative thoughts, because you cannot control that. And at the end of the day, the only person that is going to be affected in a bad way is going to be yourself. And for how long you had been in this place where you are basically saying this, saying that, and making excuses. Because between me and you, on this video, I just want to be super straight. And I'm a human being as well. And I'm trying to post YouTube videos. And sometimes I say to myself, maybe it's too late. I don't know, I didn't warm up my English or whatever. But you know what? That's where most people fall, because they want to be perfect. And what really makes you progress is the discipline and build this momentum where you are doing the real job, the real work, week by week, month by month, year by year. So then you are going to become the person that is going to have all the success. And in my opinion, let's say success and happiness, is not like a point where you reach, it's a lifestyle. So once you start understanding this, you're gonna live happier, and you're gonna be like just a human being who is taking care of, themselves, And that's what really matters. That's the only thing that really matters. It's not necessary to compare yourself with other people. It's not necessary, I don't know, use external inspiration. Look at yourself, look at the mirror, and see the person that is front of the mirror. And if you're happy or if you are not happy with yourself, start taking action, because it's your fault, or it's gonna be your fault if you didn't change. Like, if you don't change in the future, it's gonna be your fault. That's what I'm trying to say. With that being said, most of you guys or girls are gonna say, it makes sense what you're saying, but when it becomes hard is when you have to apply that. And one of my clients in the last couple of calls that we got per week, he told me about, it's hard for me to start applying what you're saying, like the Kaizen method, this philosophy of the Stoicism or Memento Mori, which is that you are gonna die one day and you don't have enough. Like, you don't have time. The time is today to take action and start living the life that you want, and stop making excuses without any purpose. So I was saying to him, let me tell you like one example, like one easy example that I use and how I like switch my mind. When I started into online coaching, when I started coaching people online, I started stressing a lot to try to find people who maybe didn't want it, didn't want like the coaching, or they didn't like the perfect client for my coaching. And I was spending a lot of time with people who cannot make the change just because some doors open from the other side and there is nothing that I can do for them. And I was making, problems with on my thoughts. Like, I was having negative thoughts about my performing, about how I talk with them, how I basically communicate. And of course, it's normal to be sad when someone that you want to help is not taking action, because it's like look at this is the right way to do this, but you're still trying with your way, just because maybe your ego, or because you don't accept the situation that you are and you want to keep trying by your own, but it's not going to take you anywhere. And it's completely normal. So what I was trying to explain to my client, it was, I started comparing those people who wants to really change and those people who maybe are not in the perfect situation, or they didn't change his mindset to start, something new, to start committing themselves on a coaching. And it was completely different, like the calls, the communication, the conversations with the people who really want to commit. It was more, how can I say, the frequency, the energy, it was super aligned with mine energy. And it's crazy because it looks like that I'm like not working. I'm like enjoying what I do because I'm doing this with people who really see the value on me and on my coaching. And I start focus on those things and accepting that we are gonna have there are gonna have some people that are gonna came out to me and they're gonna say, yes, I want to do this, but once I get this done, I'm going to start. Or once I get this, I'm going to start. And that's where I was losing energy, because I was trying to help them, no matter what. But it was necessary, because it's their fault to be in that place. It's not my fault. And I have to accept that. And that's something that I cannot control. And once they are on my coaching, that's where I can control them. Not control them, but it's like how I teach them, what sister I provide. That's stuff that I can control, okay? And we go from there. But what I'm trying to say, like with that being said, is it's really simple to understand. And maybe with this example you are gonna get it. I hope so. But in other, like in other areas of your life, for example, you are not getting the physique that you want just because maybe you are not giving all, or you are just, you know, accepting that you are not for this, you don't have talent. And let me tell you that one of the biggest falls is when people start accepting that they are not enough to become the person that they want, just because they don't have the perfect situations or they don't have the knowledge. And that's completely wrong, because the only person that is gonna be in that place, like the only one that is gonna be achieving those goals, is gonna be the person that is committed to the mission. So if you don't have the knowledge, if you don't have the discipline, that's under your control. So you can start working on that. You can start growing as a person mentally, and you are gonna become that person. You are gonna start acting like the person that you wanna become. And it's easy to say, but the reality is if you are still in the same place and it's been like months, years, let me tell you that is all your fault. And the reason that you are fat, the reason that you are skinny, or the reason that you are still in the place where you don't want to be is because of your fault. And you have to take the responsibility. And no matter what, even if it's depression or whatever, it's your decision and it's your fault to be in that place. And you can change. 3 years ago, I was living in Argentina with my parents. Like, I was not living the life that I wanted, but I started working on those things that makes me live the life that I'm living right now. Just because I switch my mind and I say I can do it too, because why not? Like, why not me? That was uh, the question that I made to myself a couple of years ago, and here's where I am. So yeah, that was the video for today. I hope these videos without any transition, without nothing, are like enjoying it, or are like, I don't know, helpful. Because at the end of the day, this is like my personality, and this is just the beginning, because I'm starting this new channel and I'm starting, creating this type of content where basically I'm telling the truth and I'm exposing my thoughts and how I see life. So yeah, hope to see you on the next one, guys. Have a nice weekend.